One Saturday I took a walk to Zipperhead. I met a girl there and she almost knocked me dead. Punk rock girl, please look at me. What do you see? Let's travel around the world, just you and me, punk rock girl. I tapped her on the shoulder and said, do you have a beau? She looked at me and smiled and said she did not know. Punk rock girl, give me a chance. Let's go slam dance, we'll dress like Minnie Pearl, just you and me, punk rock girl. We went to the Philly Pizza Company and ordered some hot tea. The waitress said no, we only have it iced. So we jumped up on the table and shouted in our key, and someone played a Beach Boys song on the jukebox. It was California Dreamin', and so we started screaming on such a winter's day. She took me to her parents for a Sunday meal. Her father took one look at me and he began to squeal. Punk rock girl, you makes no sense. Your dad is the vice president, Rich as the Duke of Earl. Yeah, you're for me, punk rock girl. We went to a shopping mall and laughed at all the shoppers. Security guards trailed us into a record shop. We asked for Mojo Nixon, they said you don't work here. Said if you ain't got Mojo Nixon, then your store could use some fixin'. We hopped into a car, away we started rolling. Said how much you pay for this, she said nothing, man, it's stolen. Punk rock girl, you are so wild. Let's have a child, we'll name her Minnie Pearl, just you and me. Eat fudge banana swirl, just you and me. We'll travel around the world, just you and me, punk rock girl.
Yes.
Hello.
Punk rock girl.
Welcome to 20 Minutes with Cardboard Ox. Their theme is Love, Part 2. It's one of the great songs by Philadelphia's finest, the Dead Milkmen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, did you have that song in Canada, Steve?
Boy, that's a great question. I don't know.
In the late 80s, in your
I'm sure
your
we
growing
did.
up years?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't remember it back then, but I'm sure we did.
Yeah, a perfect song, I think. I would maintain. So good. Oh, well, how are you doing today, Steve?
You know, I'm surviving, hanging in there. We're getting a little bit of snow. You know, New
Yeah.
England. It's where we are. It's what we do.
I know.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How about you? How are things?
Good. I'm glad, still have power, still have heat, all
Yeah.
those things. So
Thank
that's
God. Yes.
that's a plus.
It's
I
always
know.
a plus.
We're sending our love to all the folks in Texas and other places
Oh,
that
boy.
are really suffering with this storm.
I'm really hurting. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, today is a very special day, Steve. And aside from being 20 Minutes with Cardboard Ox Day,
Of course. Right.
it's the birthday of a very special lady.
Yes, it is.
One Alice the cat. She is 12 today.
She is awesome.
I
Look at
know.
her. Look at her. Did you give her butter today? Did she get butter?
She didn't get any butter yet.
I
Maybe
think
she
she
got
should
some
get some
treats,
butter.
but yeah, butter is her favorite. You can find her on Instagram at fat.alice.cat. She's a minor Instagram celebrity.
That's amazing.
But yes, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Alice.
Happy birthday,
We
Alice.
love you.
Yeah, well, Steve, what have you got for us for a love part 2 song?
Love Part 2. So I'm going to do an original song, an old song of mine, but it's an old song that we have kept alive because we do it now. So thanks to you, we've kept this song alive. This was recorded, I don't know, a long time ago. It was on my solo album, 13. So this is a song called Trouble and Heartache. And I'm going to miss your
yeah.
harmonies and playing on it, but I'm going to try to do it by myself. Wish me luck. Can't you see that she loves you, even when she cries? And you'll never understand her Oh, how hard she really tries. And she said, write me a song about trouble and heartache. Write me a song that you just can't fake, that you just can't fake. And when did we fail? And where did it break? Well, I can't seem to find the answers to these questions that you leave me. Oh please don't write them down for me to read. Can't you see that she meant it when she walked out and left you behind? And now there's an emptiness about you, 'cause you just can't seem to shake her from your mind. And she said, I've been living so long with trouble and heartache. It's okay to give and give. Sometimes it's okay to just take. Mm-hmm. Oh, oh. And when did we fail? And where did it break? Well, I can't seem to find the answers to these questions that you leave me. Oh please don't write them down for me to read.
Yay, that song sounds good with just you playing it.
Well, it doesn't sound as good, let's be honest.
You want to know something that happened? So you were playing that, and
Yeah.
it got to the part where I sang the line, write me a song about trouble and heartache, and it was coming, and I was like, oh, what's going to happen there? There won't be any line. And then
He's not
you
gonna
sang
sing.
it, and I was so shocked.
Like, wait, he's singing my part. That's not right.
Well, what's going to happen in that space?
Well,
Just
I
blank
have to tell you,
space?
something funny about that is sometimes when I've played songs where we do that sort of back and forth thing,
Yeah.
and like either just played them for, I don't know, for family or just played them out or whatever, and I've completely I'm like, oh God, I don't sing here. I don't know what the line is. And I've completely forgotten the
know.
line. It's gone
Yeah.
forever. But yeah, I faked it this time, so it worked.
Yeah, it sounded great. I love that
Thanks,
song. That's a
Trace.
fun song to do together, too.
Yeah, it is a fun song to do. Yeah.
I want to say hey to the folks who are joining us.
Yeah.
We've got Annie Kennedy, who runs a great house concert series, 46 Underground, in times where people can gather. So we miss going there and seeing shows and playing there. She's
do.
got Mooney. Kevin Quitt, a fan of the Dead Milkmen, which I enjoy.
Nice.
Your mom,
Hi, Mom.
is here. David, my father-in-law. This is great. If other folks are here, you can leave a comment, say hi. We love to know who's here. And say hey.
We do.
Yeah.
What are you going to play for us, Tracy?
Great question. So I don't know why I answered like that.
No idea what I'm going to do.
So I have a little sub theme going tonight, which is like indie love songs of my adolescence. So I'm playing it out for like the late Gen Xers, such as myself,
I like it.
who enjoyed some of these songs in our formative years. So this one is a song that was originally by New Order. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And there's a cover of it by an Australian band named Ferente! Exclamation point. And my
I think we should add an exclamation point to our band name. Cardboard Ox. Boom.
Exclamation point. Or like Cardboard Ox, semicolon.
Or question
What's
mark.
coming next?
Let's just do
Cardboard
question
Ox.
mark.
Question mark?
Cardboard
No one
Ox?
knows. It is unusual. You don't see a whole lot of bands that just have a punctuation.
No.
You know, in the title. I don't know if I can think of another offhand. If folks can think of any, please put it in the chat. I would
Let
like
us
to
know.
know. Yeah, but this is a great song. So I when I hear it, it just reminds me of like my moody kind of early teen self and just being at school dances and going up to the DJ and being like, "Can you play some New Order?"
Nice.
Yeah, I know. I think I was in denial of like my folk self at the time, but we all contain multitudes, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyway, but this
Don't
is
get me
called-
into my big hair days, because that's a whole other stuff.
That's going to be a theme, a future theme. If you don't choose it, I will.
God.
Steve's Big Hair Days coming up in March.
Man. Stay tuned.
Yeah, bands. Yeah. But this one is called Bizarre Love Triangle. Every time I think of you, I feel shot right through with a bolt of blue. It's no problem of mine, but it's a problem I find. Living a life that I can't leave behind. There's no sense in telling me the wisdom of the fool won't set you free. But that's the way that it goes. It's what nobody knows. Every day my confusion grows. Every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray. I'm waiting for that final moment you say the words that I can't say. I feel fine and I feel good. I'm feeling like I never should. Whenever I get this way, I just don't know what to say. Why can't we be ourselves like we were yesterday? I'm not sure what this could mean. I don't think you're what you seem. I do admit to myself that if I hurt someone else, I'll never see just what we're meant to be, yeah. And every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray. I'm waiting for that final moment you say the words that I can't say. Every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray. I'm waiting for that final moment you say the words that I can't say.
Nice version. Well done.
Thanks. You know, some of these that song is so short when you take out like all of the various synthesizer breaks.
I expect those in next time.
Yeah.
Very moody song, yeah.
Very moody, yeah.
Ooh, I can see that. I can see you back then.
Yeah.
You know.
Feeling sullen and.
It's so
sulky.
funny.
I'm
I was
sorry
thinking
for
about
myself.
you had mentioned, back in those days, and there's, I spent some time, of course, growing up in Canada, and so there was this like really popular artist that I just assumed everybody knew in the States, and nobody's ever heard of him. Have you ever heard of Gowan? His name was Gowan.
Gowan? How do you spell
Gowan,
that?
Gowan. I just assumed everybody knew this guy, and he had like some hit. And I don't ask me to sing. Oh, "Criminal Mind," I think was one of his hits. But anyway, and so I come down here, and people are like, "Who are you even talking about?"
I've never
I guess it
heard
was
of
some
Gowan.
Canadian guy that no one. If anyone, okay, please prove me. If anyone has heard of Gowan who's listening, please make a comment because that would just make my night. I just assume it's like everybody knows Gowan. He's won a Juno Award for God's sakes.
Wow. It's like a different world
It's
in
a
the
different
Great
world up
North.
there. Yeah, it sure is. But anyway.
Oh, thank you for that, Gretchen. Thanks for that. And
no.
Carol's here. David, Kevin. Kevin, I feel like my songs tonight are for Kevin. He's like in this zone of the.
Nice.
I bet he was moody as an adolescent. You can.
Confirm or deny that if you would, please.
Yeah.
If you were
Yeah.
in fact
Well, I'll be on
moody.
the lookout for Gowan.
Yeah, don't.
Is he famous like Cher, like the one name?
Oh, well, that's interesting. No, he's not
he
famous
like
like
Gowan?
Cher.
Is he Gowan
No.
exclamation point?
Yeah, no exclamation point that I know of. No, it's so funny. I don't know why that struck me when you were talking about that. I'm like, oh God, I remember Gowan. I really loved him.
Yeah. I bet he's great.
Yeah, he's not that great. no, he is. He's fantastic. He was great in the 80s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a song now. I'm going to do an old school song, a Bob Dylan song, as a matter of fact. A song that was covered by the infamous group called Napoleon in Rags. If, in case any of the viewers do not know who Napoleon in Rags are, Tracy, you want to let them in on who Napoleon in Rags are?
Yeah, Napoleon in Rags is our. Oh my God, he's Gowan, comma. Napoleon in Rags
I like that.
is our alter ego.
Yes.
Or at least it was for one night. So Steve and
It really was for one night.
It was. We had hoped it would be more, and then certain world events happened. But Steve and I had the pleasure of opening a show for our friends Forever Young. They're a Neil Young tribute band. And they were like, first we tell this story. I'm sorry, our producer is going to get on us for our long stories.
He's going to
but
hate
I'll-
this. That's all
I'll
right.
try to be quick. But first, so we were at the Providence Folk Festival. And one of the band members, John Fuzek, came up to Steve and was like, Steve, would you like to do a Bob Dylan thing and open for us? And I was like right there. And I was like, excuse me? And then Dan Lilly, also in the band, he was like, oh, Tracy and Steve could do like a Bob Dylan and Joan Baez kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, we could. I had FOMO. I didn't want to miss out on this. So we put together a set of songs they're Bob Dylan songs and a notable Joan Baez song, of
Yes.
course, but a lot of songs that Bob and Joan did together, and we called ourselves Napoleon in Rags, and we opened for them at the Greenwich Odeum, and it was so fun. It was such a highlight.
It was really fun. It was cool.
Great
And then the world
crowd.
fell apart and pandemic hit, and we've never played again. So we had
Yeah,
our
we had
one.
hoped-
Our one.
We had hoped to do more shows.
We may in the future. Maybe we will. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll bring it back to life.
I hope so, because I'll tell you what, those are hard songs to learn. Like, they're not hard to play per se in terms of chords and that sort of thing, but boy, do they have a lot of words.
I was going to segue into that, exactly what you're talking about, because
Yeah.
we worked so hard on this for like months because we wanted to sound good. I mean,
We
you know,
did.
the Greenwich Odeum, big audience. It was great. It was fun. And we did. We worked hard. I think we had a really nice show. And the funny thing about this song that I'm going to do now is we both have been working our butts off on these songs, and I'm learning, 8 billion Dylan lyrics that don't make any sense half the time, and so they're hard to memorize. And so Tracy, you come to me and say, I've got this song, you have to listen, we got to add it to the song list. I'm like, my instinct was like, oh God, no, I can't learn any more Bob Dylan songs. I can't. Like, my instinct was just like just to push it away. And then I listened to this version, which is not Bob Dylan's version. His version is fine and fantastic, but this version of this song was awesome. And right away, I was like, of course, Trey, we have to do this song. So you were absolutely right. But I got to tell you, my first instinct was like, no, I can't. I don't care what it is.
And it became my favorite.
Yeah, and this really is my favorite. It's called Mama, You've Been on My Mind. And do you remember who that duo was that sang it? They did a really fine job. Great job, and we kind of stole their version.
Yeah, we added a little bit of our own.
A little bit of
twist
our
to it,
own.
But yeah, it
Cover
was.
up.
Yeah, I don't know if you Google if you look it up on YouTube, "Mommy,
Yeah,
You've
I
Been
don't
on My
remember their
Mind," you'll find
names.
this duo. They're great.
They're good. But anyway, after that introduction, thanks, Matthew. I'm going to do Mama, You've Been on My Mind, which has now become, I think, my favorite Bob Dylan song. And I'm just going to do this real quick. Perhaps it's the color of the sun cut flat and covering the crossroads I'm standing at. Or maybe it's the weather or something like that. Mama, you've been on my mind. Well, I don't mean trouble, please don't put me down, don't get upset, I am not pleading or saying I can't forget. I do not walk the floor, bow down and bend, but yet, Mama, you've been on my mind. Even though my mind is hazy and my thoughts, they might be narrow, where you've been don't bother me, nor bring me down in sorrow. It don't even matter where you're waking up tomorrow. Mama, you're just on my mind. And I am not asking you to use words like yes or no. Please understand me. I've got no place for you to go. I'm just breathing to myself, pretending not that I don't know. Mama, you've been on my mind. When you wake up in the morning, baby, look inside your mirror. You know I won't be next to you. You know I won't be near. I'd just be curious to know if you can see yourself as clear as someone who has had you on his mind. I'd just be curious to know if you can see yourself as clear as someone who has had you on his mind.
Yay! Such a good song.
Man, I love that song.
Oh, it's a great. I was here singing harmony just to myself.
I could see. I was watching.
It sounded
I could
great,
see
though.
it.
I sounded great. No, that's what you did. That's a beaut. You sounded great on that, Steve. And there is a nice little video of us singing that song on our YouTube channel.
Yay!
Remotely.
So go check it out.
Yeah, that song really has stuck in my mind. I feel like when we try to do A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall Again, that one's gonna take a little work to get back. But
I have traumatic sort of experience from that song.
Yeah,
It's very, a little traumatizing. Love it. A little traumatizing. Oh, thanks, Kevin. You're
superb.
Very
It
kind.
is superb. Oh, hey, Rick Ellendorf.
Rick Ellendorf,
Hey,
hi,
and a
Rick.
great musician.
Yes, great songwriter as well.
All right, we've got Beth here,
Beth Barron's
Jane,
here,
a lot of good
Beth.
other songwriters and musicians here,
Yeah.
which we appreciate.
Yeah,
Everyone
thank you
coming
all.
to support us, and it's good to see you all. Well, I'm going to play like one of the best songs of all time in history. Certainly one of the best love songs. And this song is notable to me, not just because it is the greatest, but because my a cappella group in college did this song. And I always wanted the solo, and I never got it.
Look at you! Look at you now. Show that. You
Look
show
at me
that.
now on the internet with the guitar. I'm just gonna play it. No one can.
Good
no
for
one.
you.
I gave myself the solo. There was no vote.
Good for you.
And anyone who has been in an a cappella group can probably relate to this feeling. Yeah, and I actually, this at this time of year, obviously it didn't happen this year, but our friend Jen Long puts on a show called The Love Hangover, which we've been a part of several times. And there was, I don't know if it was the year before last, I think. Steve, you couldn't do it. And so I played with my friend Jane Hesser, one of my fellow Glory girls, along with Jody Treelor Sampson. We did this song together too, and I had a little mandolin part on the solo, which you all are just going to have to sing in your heads if you know this song, because I can't do it all, But maybe one day, Steve, you and I can work up a version of this, and you can do the little.
Excellent.
Do you know what it is yet?
I'm,
see.
I'm trying to remember which one you did because I know what you're talking about. I wasn't there that year.
Yeah.
It'll hit me as soon as you do it. I'm like, yes!
It's the best. All right, put me on the full screen. I'm ready. Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she said. The one that makes me laugh, she said. And threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, I kissed her face and kissed her head, and dreamed of all the different ways I had to make her glow. And why are you so far away, she said. Well, won't you ever know that I'm in love with you, that I'm in love with you. You, soft and only you, lost and only you. You're strange as angels, dancing in the deepest ocean, twisting in the water. You're just like a dream, just like a dream. Daylight whipped me into shape. I must have been asleep for days, and moving lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes and I found myself alone, alone, alone above the raging sea. It stole the only girl I loved and drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and only you, lost and lonely you, you're just like heaven.
Yeah!
The best. That is, of course, by The Cure.
Yes.
One of the best albums.
I love your sub theme tonight. Well done, Tracy.
Yeah, thanks. It was
Potocnik.
really fun
Really
learning
nice.
new songs.
I like
Yeah.
it.
It's put me in a mood, a good mood.
It's a good night. It feels like that kind of night, though. It's good.
Oh, my version would make Robert Smith smile. Now that is a high
nice.
compliment.
That is a very high compliment. I agree.
I wonder how he's doing these days.
I don't know. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
The best. Let's do an all Cure night. I'm ready.
Okay. I'm in.
Well, speaking of themes, Steve, what is our next theme?
Our next theme, I decided, was going to be New England. Yeah, where we're living, where I'm from. There is a gold mine of songwriters here too. So New England's really, we could do a lot with that. It doesn't have to be songs about New England. There's a billion incredible songwriters in New England. So I decided, you know what, we're going to do New England in March because it's as unpredictable as the songs I'm going to pick.
I
So-
love it.
Oh, good. All
That's
right. So
good.
New England, that's our next theme.
Okay. And our next show is March 4th, 8
March
p.m.
4th.
It's handy that appears at the bottom of the
Yes.
screen.
That's very nice of our magical producer, Matthew Clowney, who's
Yeah.
pulling all the strings. He's actually making me play. He actually pushes buttons. And yep, see, look, I'm not in control of my body right now. Okay, take me off that full screen, please.
Did he just mute
Thanks.
me? Was I muted?
I think
No.
so. I think
Great.
you were out. You were
Thanks.
gone.
He's telling us it's time to say goodbye.
It is time to say goodnight.
Yeah.
We want to really thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you all so much. This is really, we really appreciate it, and this is really fun for us. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we do. So, and it's been, and you know, I've really enjoyed this month of love. Love songs.
Love.
Yeah.
And before you go, you got to stick around for the last 15 or 20 seconds because it is, frankly, maybe the best part of the show.
Yeah.
In a way,
One of them for sure.
it's my
Well,
favorite.
thanks, everyone. Stay warm.
Yes.
Stay healthy, all of those things. And we'll
Don't-
see you in 2 weeks.
And spread your love. Love everybody.
Spread your love.
Love your neighbor.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.